get here, you have to be good and gone.
I can't help you anymore. I know it's not your fault. You were born this way.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Bitter Popcorn, and today we're gonna do the review on the movie Bones and All. Let's go!
2, 3.
For me, Bones and All was the most anticipated movie of the fall. I watched it on the day of the premiere and I can say that the impressions were quite in two minds. It is also worth noting that several people left the cinema during the first 20 minutes of watching. What we see in a 2-hour odyssey about cannibals, about their experiences and how they find themselves in this society, and more preciously, how they sniff out each other in a distance.
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
To begin with, I knew roughly what to expect and that the film would be very dreamy, to some extent fabulous. At the same time, I wanted a strong drama and realism. To my great disappointment, there is almost nothing of drama here, realism did not smell at all, but there is plenty of fabulousness.
Fabulous.
If we compare Bones and All with a stunning French Raw by Julia Ducournau, then the second is a strong example of how to make a serious, stylish movie about cannibal anomaly. In our case, Luca Guadagnino, the director of the film, borrows many ideas from Raw and does not hide it much. Or for example, the scene where Tyler Russell aggressively bites her girlfriend's finger off, without backstories, without the accumulations of suspense, just like that, with an indie soundtrack on the background, bites into the flesh. And here we go.
Here we go.
The events in this film unfold very abruptly. The narrative is crumpled. Even despite the impressive timing, at the end it seems that the film was crookedly, roughly chopped into small chapters, while cutting out the most important piece of the story. In the end, it turned out about everything and nothing. Each mini chapter of this saga is called by the name of the state, and the plot formula resembles a video game. The main line is to get from the point A to point B, complete a number of side quests along the way. It could have worked, but it turned out to be unorganized. This is easy to explain because the film is an adaptation of the book by author Camille Denanglis. Despite the confusion of the plot and the crumbled narrative, the film is insanely visual, beautiful, and worth watching only for the magic of cinema. This is an endless road trip in the setting of the 80s across dozens of states of America. We will be shown the very backyards of the country and marginal society under beautiful sunsets, sunrises, and a stunning, dreamy soundtrack. Nostalgia about the times you didn't know. You will feel quietly often, just like when you are in a dream. The film had all the cards to become a masterpiece of an art horror, if not for some defects.
Defective?
Bones and All is a dark fantasy with a world where cannibals are called eaters and they find each other by the smell miles away from each other.
Yeah, I can smell it.
They also have a cannibal set of rules. Don't taste another cannibal, but once you have tasted human flesh, you must continue or you will die of hunger.
What does human flesh taste like?
Well, it sounds very funny and looks like a new Twilight with an R rating, which is exactly what the film is.
I want to eat you.
That's cool. Most guys aren't into that.
Timothée Chalamet is a minor character here. The main story revolves around the heroine Tyler Russell, who is abandoned by her father on her 18th birthday because of her cannibalistic tendencies, living only in audio cassettes. Without thinking twice, she embarks on an epic journey to find her mother on the other side of America. After some time, about 40 minutes from the beginning of the film, she meets the same cannibal as her, who in fact is played by Timothée. The film line is so abstract that I didn't have to worry much about anyone, but the young actors play amazing and it is quite curious to watch them. It is worth noting the term Bones and All is a reference to the fact that a true cannibal gourmet should eat a person entirely, from the head to the toe, with the bones and everything else.
All of it, Jerry! All of it!
It is mentioned once in the middle of the film in a very mystical way at night by the campfire, like an urban legend about the forbidden fruit. Legend has it that there is a moment before this and after, that you will no longer be the former cannibal, but will descend to the highest level in the cannibal ranking. Well, actually, they brought intrigues, but they didn't really lead to anything. The mystery remained a mystery. Only a couple of hints were thrown in at the end, but they were not taken out. You don't get any pleasure from it. The ending is a separate conversation. We already get answers to the main question half an hour before the end of the film, and for the last 20 minutes the whole intensity just slows down and turns into an indie melodrama with the exception of a couple of scenes. As for brutality, bones and all, is certainly not for the impressionable people, but it is not worth waiting for the shocking moments either. A lot will remain behind the scenes, but there will be a lot of eating and sounds of swallowing the flesh, and of course a bloody Timothy. In general, the film metaphorically wraps the idea of finding oneself in this complex and merciless world. The story of growing up and facing your own demons all through the cannibal eye. Nostalgia, melancholy, and chaos. There is a road ahead. There is no way back. Metaphor on a metaphor. This is a kind of art about youth and freedom, about the feeling of first falling in love, about moments that cannot be returned, but that remain with you forever.
Forever.
Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Like if you liked it, subscribe if you like this review, and don't forget to leave a comment. And see you in the next episode.